Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Patience. To my existing subscribers, welcome back. If this is your first time here, be sure to click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified each time that I upload a new video. I want you to continue to indulge in the Hot Bella experience. In today's video, I am going to be creating this eye look using the Natasha Denona Gold Palette. This is an item that I picked up during my mega holiday haul, and this palette was a little bit on the pricey side. As a matter of fact, I do believe that this palette was a little bit more than the Pat McGrath Labs full-size palettes, but I had been eyeballing this palette for quite some time and I really wanted to try it out. And I think that this look turned out beautifully. I really love all of the shades that are in this palette. I'm drawn to the golds and the green and all those deep rich colors that are showing in this palette. I'm also using once again the foundation that I got from BECCA, and this is their Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation. I picked this up during my holiday haul as well, and I have really been liking this foundation. It goes on really pretty. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. So I'm going to do a review on this foundation at some point. But today I wanted to try out this new palette from Natasha Denona, and I am absolutely loving it. So if you guys would like to see how I created this look today, then keep watching. My face has been moisturized, and I am going to be using the BECCA Velvet Blurring Primer as well as my Plouise eyeshadow base. And I'm using the color Aurum from the Natasha Denona Gold Palette as my brow bone highlight. And I'm using Sandstone as my transition shade. And I'm using the shade Dijon in my crease area. This is a yellow mustardy type of color, so just blending this into my crease area. The shadows in the Natasha Denona Gold palette are extremely pigmented, so I'm just taking my time to build this color up to my desired intensity. It's always better to start with a little bit and then slowly build up, because if you start out with too much, it's much harder to take it away. We're off to a good start, looking good so far. And I'm going back into Sandstone once again just to blend everything together. And now I'm using the color Python on my outer V, and I will be sweeping this across into my crease as well, but this is like a very deep and rich bluish greenish type of color. Beautiful, beautiful color. I have carved out my lids, and I'm using whatever remaining product of that python color that I have on my brush. I'm just using that to soften up the edges. And now I'm using the color Oro, and I'm placing this on my lid. I'm using this on the areas where I have carved out my lids with the concealer. And this is a very shimmery, mustardy, yellowish type of shadow. Another gorgeous, gorgeous color in the Natasha Denona Gold Palette. Very pretty. And now I'm using the color Alchemist. I'm using this color to marry the Python color, which was that bluish greenish, that really deep bluish greenish color on my outer V, and the Oro, which is that mustardy, shimmery yellow shade on my lid, just to marry those two shades together. And I'm going to use the color Log, and I'm going to use this shade just to add a little bit more definition in my crease area. And now I'm going in with the color Teak, and I'm using this just to soften everything up. I want everything to blend together very nicely. Now that my eyes are done, I'm moving on to my complexion. I've already done my color correcting, and I'm using the BECCA Aqua Luminous foundation. I'm using a foundation brush to stipple this foundation into my skin, but I'm also going to be using my beauty sponge just to blend everything together. The more I use this BECCA foundation, the more I like it. I also like the fact that I can pick it up at Marshall's at a very affordable sale price. And I'm going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealers. I'm going to be using these two products in the colors Caramel and Tan. And I'm going to use this to conceal under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, forehead, all the areas that you would normally want to conceal or highlight. The Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealers are also very affordable products, and you can pick these up at your local drugstore or at Walmart. These concealers do an awesome job. And now I'm setting all the areas where I have applied the concealer, and I'm using the Pretty Vulgar Matte About It Translucent Setting Powder. This was an item that came in my monthly BoxyCharm subscription box. And now I'm doing some cream contouring, and I'm using the Tarte Cream Stick Foundation to do this. This is in the color Rich Honey. And I took just a little bit of this cream stick foundation from Tarte and put it on a brush, and I'm using this just to gently contour my nose just a little bit. And now I'm just blending it all out using a beauty blender. I'm setting my face with some loose setting powder. And I'm using the Guerlain Terracotta bronzing powder. This is a number 7. And I'm going to use this just to bronze up my face just a little bit. Since I've already used the setting powder all over my face, I want to make certain that I don't lose any of the warmth that I would like to have around my forehead, my cheekbones, and things like that. So this is an awesome powder for that. I'm loving how this look is coming together. And now I'm going to finish off the eyes, and I'm going to be smoking out my waterline using the color Python and also the color Dijon. And I'm going back to the color Aurum once again, and I'm using that as my inner corner highlight. And now it's time for blush, and from Juvia's Place I'm using the Saharan Blush Volume 1, and I'm using the color Neo. These blushes are very, very pigmented, so it was one tap in the pan, and that's all I needed for both sides of my face. And I'm going back into the Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm using the color Zara, and I'm using that for my highlight shade. So this is a beautiful, beautiful highlight. I love the fact that the Juvia's Place palette has blushes and highlighters all in the same palette. Very convenient, very nice. And for my lips, I'm using one of the Pure Metal Intense Lip Lacquers from Victoria's Secret. It's in the color Lights. And we are done. I love everything about how this look turned out. I really love the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette, the gold palette. I think that it is a beautiful palette, and it is well worth the high price tag that comes along with it. I say that not only because of the pigmentation that you get from this palette, but when you're stacking the colors in this palette on top of each other, the true color still comes through. It doesn't end up being a muddy blended mess. So very, very nice, high quality palette. Have you guys purchased any of the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes? If so, let me know in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.